Get in, Villa fans. If you are buzzing like me, make sure you are hitting that like button. Let's try and get 1,000 likes on this one. Hype the episode up as well. Comment your thoughts, but most importantly, subscribe to the channel. We're edging closer now to 28,000 subscribers, which is absolutely huge. And it would mean the world to me if we can get there as quick as possible. So, Villa have beaten Feyenoord 2-0 away from home, which is a massive result because the one thing that I've spoke about before the game is that I want us to go away from home, to remain unbeaten, to dispatch of teams in the Europa League, to be strong, not to have any bad games that you stink the place out and you don't perform that great. And the Monacos, the Bruges of our Champions League group phase, I want us to just breeze through this group phase. And yes, there'll be difficult games, there'll be difficult moments, but to just come through it unscathed, to look like a team that are going to go all the way. That is the thing that I want Villa to look like in this competition. I want other fans to look at the group and go, well, Villa are favourites. Villa are a good team. They're the ones that you're going to have to beat. That is what I want us to be. I want us to be a team like when I look at some teams and I think, oh, God, they're quite good. I just want teams to look at that for us, really. So I just want us to really put in a good account of ourselves. And I've spoke about us using the Champions League as our area that we've really worked on, and we take that into the Europa League. We just look really strong, really dominant, and are able to just do what we did tonight. And was it pretty at times? No. Did we have to count on our keeper? Yes. But as Emery would say, that's what he's in goal for. And we got the job done. And I think second half, we stepped on it. We showed quality in front of goal when was needed, and we got the victory. So I think there were a few little areas for me in this game that were really sort of bothering me in the first half, especially. I think this area for me was somewhere that we were really kind of struggling with against Feyenoord. I think what we were finding was that we'd have our midfield shape and they were able to win the ball back through kind of Villa losing the ball and being the own detriment to sort of them being really good. We were losing the ball in that area and they were able to create opportunity. He wasn't in goal. I cannot disrespect Bezo. I can't do it. Well, he was in goal and he was absolutely magnificent. And I actually felt like a little bit of a familiar pattern, especially in the first half. I felt like we did start the game actually okay, but a little bit of a familiar pattern was that our front three weren't really in the game. Guesson, no one was really passing to him. Rodgers was losing it. Buendia was okay, but, all of our problems were sort of in the final third of no cohesion. I actually quite like that Watkins was dropping deeper. I actually quite like that from Watkins. I thought he was doing really well in that. But it was just a bit of a familiar pattern from Villa, especially in the first half, that we were just kind of lack of synergy and a lack of cohesion. And I think in the second half, especially, we were able to kind of just use the ball a little bit better. It was able to stick a little bit more. I thought it stuck to Guesson. I thought, again, defensively, he was very, very solid. And I just think at times we get into really good situations where we could have Rodgers on the ball and it's a quick, nice pass into Guesson and it's a second too late, and then we pass to Guesson and he gets shut out. A couple of times where Rodgers does that little flick and it just went to a player twice for them. And those are just really frustrating moments. So I just think we just need at times to have a bit more of a clearer head, play a little bit more quicker, but not quicker just like zipping it around everywhere. Just our decision-making being quicker. I think that's probably the biggest thing that I'm noticing at the minute. It's just that we're kind of like half a second or a second from making the right one and we make the wrong one. But I think it's a really difficult place to go. It's packed out, it's raucous, it's pretty hostile at times. And I think we've been able to go there. And the big positive from Villa is that we've been able to play our style at times and keep possession and dominate possession and dominate the game. And yeah, like I say, is it perfect? No, but you can actually see that we are kind of starting to like dominate teams with the ball. And yes, again, you've got to do things with it. But I think we've got the structure there quite set nicely. I thought the midfield two was very strong. And I just feel like our build up until we get to a point is always quite good, but it's just unlocking that final bit. And we do have moments like Guesson at the post, and you're thinking really good, slick move, Matson into Guesson post. It's quick, it's sharp, it's insightful. Just a bit more of that at times, that little bit more urgency, really. So we'll run through some of the stats from the game and we'll see what actually happened with the numbers. So we had an XG of 0.65, I had one of 1.33, 59% possession for Villa. Our keeper's had to make 8 saves, which is far too many saves that he's had to make. We've made 532 passes. We've made 12 tackles. They've made 16. They predominantly attacked down the right-hand side. Villa attacks pretty much through both, which is quite good to see. I remember early on in Unai's tenure when it was always down the left, down the left, down the left, but this now is pretty mixed. So that's good to see. Duels, we won 55% of ours, 59 ground duels, 38 aerials, 56% dribbles. So the duels are big because Unai Emery always wants us to win those duels. We had 58% on our tackles won, which was really pleasing. Goals prevented, we've got 0.75 from Bezo. So all in all, I think stats-wise, okay. I think you can't overlook at times the fact that we're going to really difficult places and intense places. And don't get me wrong, Feyenoord are top of the league in their league. They are playing very, very well. They are confident. They had a go. They came at us. They pressed us well. So I think we can't overlook the fact that we've beat a really good team. And did we play to our best? Probably not. Did we play to our best? Probably not. So I think the fact that we weren't really at our best and we've been able to win again. Now we're at 3 wins in a row. We're unbeaten in how many games are we unbeaten in now? So we've got to be. It's got to be about 6 or 7. Surely it's got to be about 6. Do you reckon it's about 6? Let me just have a quick look at how many games we are unbeaten in then. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 4. Actually, no, it's not. It's more because we don't count Brentford on penalties. So it's Everton, Brentford. We lost on pens, but we didn't lose. So that's 2. Sunderland, Bologna, Fulham, and Feyenoord, 6. So it's 6 in my opinion. So there we go. Right, shall we do the player ratings, and we can go a little bit more in depth on the players and who played well and who kind of didn't play that well, but we can get into it. We'll move me over there so I can go there. Right, so let's get stuck into this then. So we will start off with the starters then. So we will go with Matty Cash, solid 7. I think defensively he was good. He defended well. Bit rash at times sometimes. Got forward. I remember getting forward on one occasion thinking, get the ball in the box. We cut inside. We go backwards. But a solid 7. The defensive unit was very, very good. I thought Konsa gets a 9. I thought he was impeccable. That block he made was absolutely sensational. He was solid as a rock. He was composed, oozed class, and he's one of our best players by a mile. I thought he was brilliant. We'll go for all of the defenders first then. So we will go with I'm going to save number 40. I'm going to save number 40. Pau. I'm going to give Pau an 8. I thought he was good. I think he's got stronger. I think he's got more tenacity when he knows he's coming up against an opposition player. He looks a bit more aggressive to me. His passing was good. Was it the best version of Pau? Probably not. But at the same time, we've kept a clean sheet. We've defended really well. We've had ample amounts of corners in our box that we've been able to defend. They did score, didn't they? That I forgot about. It probably should have been a goal because I don't really think it was a foul on Cash. But then I also feel like they should have had a man sent off because Watkins was last man. I've no idea what happened. I've no idea why he got a yellow and the ref waved the yellow because for me, he was the last man. It was irrelevant where the ball was going. And I think he should have been sent off for me. So that's what I've got to say on that. And I also thought Ian Maatsen was absolutely brilliant. He was defensively solid, tackling tenacity, driving us forward, quality, composed. Super, super good game of football from Maatsen. He gets a 9 for me. I thought he was just class. And for me, he's starting every game, and I've been saying it for the last couple of weeks, but he was class. Bezo was absolutely... I mean, we all talk about sort of like pound for pound, John McGinn, 2.5 mil. But trading Olsen for Bezos is just absolutely... It's like we've signed the equivalent to Messi. The difference in quality that we're getting between Olsen and Marco Bezos is just the saves, the stature of the man. He is just colossal in goal. And we could have played for another 3 hours and he still wouldn't have conceded. Times where they were offside and he's still making saves, near post, worldy speculative saves, commanding with the punches. Absolutely unbelievable. And yeah, Martinez injured in the warm-up or ill in the warm-up, we don't know. But if he was in goal for Villa all season, I've got no problem whatsoever because it's so difficult being a goalkeeper when there's only one position for you. And if he'd have had a stinker against Newcastle on the opening day, none of us would have had any confidence in him whatsoever. But the ability for his confidence to grow and grow across the weeks and be really good on the ball as well, with the ball at his feet, sensational. He is absolutely quality. Mcginn gets an 8. I thought he was very good. Kamara in the middle was just absolutely brilliant. I thought he's now sort of getting back to his best. He gets an 8 for me. I thought he was really good. I thought he was just very, 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 very good for me. Kamara, Silky, brilliant. I don't know why these players aren't moving. Right. We'll go now to our forward line. Rodgers gets he gets a 6. He was okay. He was okay. He got the ball moving at times. He looked to be positive at times. Lost the ball 15 times, so not as many as what he normally has been losing. Ground duels, 7 out of 10. Dribble success. Actually, I feel like that might be a bit harsh. We'll go 7. We'll go 7, but again, needs to be a lot better for me. Buendia, I'm going to go for an 8. I think he took his goal really, really well. First half, I thought he was just okay. Part of Villa's problem in the final third, just not insightful enough. We just weren't there enough for me. But again, took his goal fantastically well. I thought it was great from Kamara, edge of the box to the tackle. He took his touch. It set him up. Bottom corner. Very, very good from Buendia. Gets an 8. but I just think at times I just want to see a little bit more. There was a time in, I don't remember if it was the first half or second half, where it got a bit scrappy, and he was just standing watching, and everyone else was sort of fighting for the ball, and Emery was going a bit mad at them all. And just a bit more, just that's what, more of a fuller performance, just everything linking up a little bit better. And I'm talking about Buendia, Guesson, Rodgers, Watkins to a different extent. I think was a bit different for me, because these three players are trying to find Watkins, whereas Watkins is the one that's making those runs. So just sharpen it all up a little bit. We'll go Watkins gets a 7-8. I'm going to go 8, because I think he was quite tireless, Watkins. I think he made the runs. He made that brilliant run when the kid got a yellow. I thought his hold up was better. He was coming a little bit deeper. And I'll show you some of the average positions in a second, which will highlight him dropping deeper, which was a little bit of a different tactic that Emery employed. And then Guesson, again at the post, actually felt like, especially in the first half, especially, they weren't passing to him. They weren't passing the ball to him enough. I'm going to give him a 7. You guys know that I'm a big Guesson fan, but they've got to pass the ball to him more. And he defensively was good. He looked a threat at times. Decision making a little bit same as all the others, but again, not a bad half, really. Not a bad half. We'll fly through the subs then. Digne was only on for a little bit. He gets a 7. Bogard, do you know what? He gets an 8, because he come on and he's calm and composed, and he's keeping the ball and doing well and turning and being confident in tight areas. He's getting an 8. Elliot will get a solid 7. He didn't really have to do too much. Never did I ever imagine Lindelof that I'd be saying he was bursting through on the right-hand side for Villa, but he was. And he cleaned someone out, so he gets a good rating for that. We'll go Marlon, who, again, I thought was a massive threat, and he did well for the goal that Mcginn scored. Bursting forward, power, direct, pressing well, was a massive threat when he came on, ran the channel well, dribbled with the ball well, did exactly what we needed. We needed that new lease of life when gaps started to open with Feyenoord, pressing on us and trying to go for an equaliser. He was able to burst forward. So game changer in that sense. And anybody else? I don't think there was anybody else. Unai Emery, I don't know. I thought I had Unai Emery on here, but if I don't, then this is Unai Emery. This can be Unai Emery, this one. And I'm going to give Emery an 8. I thought the tactic with Watkins was really interesting. I thought that was something a little bit different. If we just have a quick look at the average positions from a Villa point of view over the game, you'll be able to see that it looked like this. If I just move me over and press this button, transition it to this, you can see that Watkins was a little bit deeper, making deeper touches. And then on that left-hand side, and I felt like he attacked that area quite well. So for me, that was really good. Maatsen, sensational. Beezer, I mean, look at that. I mean, he's good, man. I wouldn't like him doing that much work, but he did it. That's what he's in goal for. Also, we're starting to see this other little pattern, guys, of when Pau plays, Kamara's on the left now. And this is all about protecting Pau. So, in the past when people have been saying that Pau can't defend, right? Now, I've been and I've always said this to most people that have ever commented or I've ever spoke to, that he's never been relied upon as this big defender that's going to head everything away. But if you have the right combinations and protect him, and as a team protect him, then you can protect him and get the best out of him. So by putting Kamara on the left-hand side, it gives us that little bit more solidity. He's got more protection, especially if Maatsen's going further forward as well. So this is really good for Emery to spot this and highlight this. We've got Buendia on the left, McGinn, Rogers, Guesson coming inside centrally as well. So all in all, pretty good from Villa, to be honest, and pretty good from Unai Emery, if I'm being honest, because I think tactically he got it right, and we are making progress. And there's been a lot of talk about Villa and a lot of negativity, and we've just stuck with it. We've gone about our business. We have been able to recover, regroup, to grow, to win, to come together better. And we're not perfect yet, but we are building and we are getting better and better. And the small little signs are getting there as well. So for me, this is absolutely huge. If we just run through some of the other results then this evening, and we'll be able to have a little look at what's happened and where this puts Aston Villa. So Bologna 1-1, Celtic lost, Young Boys won, Fenerbahce won and they beat Nice, Real Betis won, Go Ahead Eagles won away from home at Panathinaikos, Lille beat Roma. We've got, Big Ange, he's in trouble. He's in trouble. Lost to Midtjylland at home, 3-2. Lyon beat Salzburg and Sturm beat Rangers. So if we have a look at the table then, should we have a see if we can get the Europa League table? Top 5. We are 5th, guys. So we've got Dynamo, Midtjylland, Braga, Lyon, Villa, Lille, Porto, all won 2 out of 2. And then we've got Betis in 9th on 4. We've got Forest in 25th with 1 point. We've got Salzburg with no points. Celtic, 1 point. Tel Aviv, 1 point. Bologna, 1 point. So interesting and exciting at the same time, because for me, that's probably one of the most difficult games we're going to have to play away from home in this competition. So we've been able to get through it. So Villa fans, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, comment your thoughts. Up the Villa.